Hi guys, welcome to Archerfield Golf Links in Scotland. We're here on the back tee on the 5th hole of the Fidra course. As you can see, it looks pretty decent. What also looks decent is the new 818 hybrids from Titleist. This is part of Titleist's 718 irons launch. You may remember a couple of years ago, they actually brought their hybrids in line with their irons rather than in line with their metalwoods, because to get your ideal set makeup and your gapping just right, you really need to be getting fitted into hybrids at the same time as you're getting fitted into irons. So again, as we've had with the last two iterations of Titleist hybrids, we've got two models. We've got a H1 and we've got a H2, and they really are quite different. You know, the H1's a lot larger and a lot more forgiving. H2, it's that old school sort of hybrid style. It's a bit more, it's going to play a little bit more like an iron. It's a lot more compact. You know, players that maybe like to work the ball in a particular direction. Some new technology on here as well. They've improved the active recoil channel. They've actually made that the same as on their 917 fairway woods. And something which is really cool is they've actually put the same Surefit Cg System into these hybrids as we've seen in the 917 driver and fairway woods. What that's going to do is that's just going to allow you to move that sort of cylindrical weight either into that heel or toe position, or leave it in the neutral position just to fine tune a particular shot shape. So loads of cool stuff to talk about with the 818 hybrids, and there's no one better when it comes to talking about golf clubs than Titleist's president of golf clubs, Steve Pelisek. We caught up with him earlier, who can just tell us a little bit more about the 818 hybrids and why he's so excited by them. Okay, so we've got the 818 hybrids here. These were a fantastic club with 915. They were great on 816, and you've added quite a lot more to these this time around. Just talk us a little bit about what you've done.
Name of the game here with 818 hybrids is forgiveness. They're significantly more forgiving. The inertia properties are better. They're going to be more stable. They're also, however, going to give you a good bit more ball speed. We changed the recoil channel. It's more effective, which gives you more ball speed. So this combination of more speed and more forgiveness, we think is really, really good. H1 is kind of more for a sweeper. H2 is more for a player who's more iron-like in the way they like to hit hybrids. But we give you choices. Then you've got Surefit Housing, which allows you to, adjust lie angle and loft independently. We make hybrids that range from 17 degrees up to 27, but with the Surefit Housing, you can change them in 1 degree increments. So really, you can go anywhere from 16 to 29 degrees, which is really important because you're fitting these with irons and you can use them to dial in gaps. And then in the new ones, we decided to include Surefit Cg, which we put in the 917 driver. It's a big deal in hybrids because you can move the center of gravity from the heel to the toe. A good fitter will know if you're making contact. Most players have a fairly consistent contact point. With Surefit Cg, you can move the Cg of the golf club to align with your impact point. And when you can do that, that's more speed. More speed is more distance.
And it's great you touched on there about dialing the lofts, because it's really important for that gapping, isn't it?
Yeah, huge.
You don't want two clubs that are within sort of 8 or 9 yards of each other. You want to open that gap to more like 12 to 15, don't you? And that loft really allows you to do that. You just make this a little bit stronger, or make that one a little bit weaker. And again, it's all part of the fitting, isn't it?
Totally. And these are great out of the rough. They are. Hybrids are great to hit out of a rough. They're easier to hit out of the rough than long irons, but we don't really see hybrids as trouble clubs.
No.
We see them as scoring clubs. But what does that mean? It means we really try to make sure that even though they're really high speed, they're very long, they're going to do so in a trajectory that's going to stop where it lands. The balls hit with these have to stop within 15, 20 feet of where they land, or it's not a good shot. So we take great care to make sure that despite all this high speed, long distance, it's at a very playable trajectory.
I'm actually quite surprised at how you've managed to get the Surefit Cg in there, but not sacrifice on any MOI or anything like that in the club, because sometimes the more adjustable you make a club, the MOI can get low. How have you managed to keep it so high?
Big deal with the engineers, basically figuring out how to control wall thicknesses, because you're right, you're going to put this weight right through the middle of the golf club. Weight in the middle is not high inertia. Inertia and forgiveness comes from weight on the edges. They've just learned to continually get better at figuring out how to change wall thicknesses, change weight distribution, so that you still get very forgiving golf club. They also, I think aesthetically, we tried to hide it. We want to give you maximum adjustability, but in a package that still looks and sounds and feels beautiful.
Okay, so some great stuff there from Steve about these new 818 hybrids, but I'm going to go off to the driving range now. I'm going to get fitted, going to go for an irons fitting, and that's going to go into a hybrid fitting. So it'll be interesting to see what lofts are working best for me, but it'll also be interesting to see whether or not it's going to be the H1 or the H2 that's working best for me. But you know, we're not going to guess, we're going to go through the full fitting process. We're going to hit both on TrackMan, we're going to try, you know, moving the CG around, we're going to try different shafts, and hopefully I'll get dialed into a nice combination that's going to work for me out on the course. So let's go hit some shots. Okay, so just a little bit more on the new 818 hybrids from Titleist this year, just from a fitting point of view. Me and Tim have been through the fitting process. We tried out the H1, we tried out the H2. Just tell us a little bit about, you know, what you'd expect to see difference-wise between this H1 I've got here and that H2 model.
Yeah, so the H2 is a little bit sort of lower launching, and H1 is a little bit higher launching. H1 is a little bit more forgiving.
You may have seen from some of our previous videos, if I'm hitting a 19-degree hybrid, I'm looking for it to be like a 200-yard club. And what we were getting with this, you know, with the good shots, we were getting up to that sort of like 195 carry as a sort of like max out, and then others sort of like carrying, you know, round about the 190 mark. But something clever that you did something clever with this little thing here. Just tell us a little bit what you did with that and why.
So the Surefit Cg is just come into the hybrid system this year. We've had it within the fairways and the driver. All we did, James was hitting a little bit of a fade, so he took the neutral weight out, and then we put the CG location into the draw setting. And straight away, as soon as you did that, your ball flight became much more neutral and just much more under control. And again, a hybrid is there. We want to be hitting it in close if you can. It's a club that we're using to aim at a flag.
Yeah.
We want to be getting that control element from it. And as soon as we did that little tweak, it made such a big difference.
Yeah, from a sort of a feel and from a player's perspective, what I want to see, we just found the ball flight was just stronger and straighter. So you know, for me, in all conditions, that's going to be a better shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to benefit you. Every condition, every type of golf course we're going to play. If you're going to play links, if you're going to play Parkland, if we know what it's going to be doing within that wind, and it's a neutral flight with a good amount of RPMs, a backspin, it's going to suit you, whatever the conditions are going to be.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of this club. I like the 915 hybrids, I liked the 816 hybrids, and you know, I'm really liking the 818 hybrids. You know, hybrid Titleist do, you know, they've got the #1 you know, hybrid model on tour, on the PGA Tour, and it's easy to see why they are seriously good clubs. So it's the H1 818 hybrid for me. Cheers for that.
Cheers.
Okay, so 818 hybrids, H1, H2. Definitely the H1 was the club for me. It's really forgiving, it's really versatile. I was getting really good ball speeds, I was getting the carry numbers that I wanted to. So yeah, just the extra forgiveness on offer from the H1 was definitely making it one for me. I do like the H2. It's got that interesting sort of profile. It's a lot more compact, a little bit more old school hybrid style, and it is going to suit players that have got more of an iron type swing, where they're maybe sort of, you know, coming down onto the ball a little bit more. But with me, I actually just feared that one just sort of like flipping over and going a little bit left on me, whereas I just felt that the H1 was nice and stable. But the main difference, if you like, technology wise, is we have got this Surefit Cg, and that in my fitting was really pertinent to see that how I went from having a little bit of left to right, spinny, high-ish sort of shot, just to getting a lot more penetrating and neutral by shifting that weight and putting a little bit more into the heel in that draw position. So again, it's emphasising the importance of that custom fitting. You know, you may just, if I pick this up off the shelf and just started hitting it, I might have just thought, oh, it's going a little bit left to right for me. But with a good fitter, getting it dialed in, it was just straightening out my ball flight. That was very clear to see, and it's another massive tick towards having a proper custom fitting. So definitely get yourself booked in with a Titleist fitter if you're looking at these clubs or any of their other woods or irons. So 818 H1 hybrids, they're excellent clubs. They've been good for years now with Titleist. I think their hybrids are really up there with everyone else, and you know, the numbers are there to back it up. You may see from our previous videos the sort of numbers I get with a 19-degree. You know, I was getting, you know, like 195 to 200 yards of carry with that, and I know that's as good as absolutely anything that's out there. So post us any questions about the H1 and the H2 if you want to know about what lofts they're available, and a little bit more on the adjustability that you can get from this Surefit hosel, any of the shafts or grips that are available, SRPs, anything at all. Please post them below. But thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.